Welcome, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Shireen Smith. I am the division sales leader here in our Colorado office, and I'm going to be spending the next 20 minutes or so going over our career opportunity with you. The idea is to give you a good look at who we are and what you can expect with a career with us. Then we'd like to follow up with a more traditional one-on-one interview talking all about you and what you would bring to the table. So I would like to, in the interest of keeping our time short, ask you that instead of using the chat box or speaking into the microphone, if you would take your questions and write them down. Immediately after this overview, we'll be reaching out to you to set up a time when we can talk one-on-one. That way we can be more specific about answering your detailed questions and get a chance to know you better. So let's go ahead and get started. As I said, my name's Shireen. I've been doing this about 20 years. Had the opportunity not only to work in this industry, but to work with my current CEO and president twice in my career, and that doesn't normally happen. But I started in this industry back in 2001 because I was dissatisfied with my corporate career. I came out of college, I had a degree, I was very passionate about hitting the work world and taking, my future by storm. Ended up working for an advertising firm, and I just went with the one who offered me the most money right from the get-go, about $28,000 a year, which coming right out of college seems like a lot. Worked there for a number of years, climbed the ladder, got into management, really kind of peaked, I would say, in my early 30s at about a $35,000 a year career, and took a look and realized that while at 22, 23 years old, that felt like a lot of money, get married, buy a house, have a kid or two, and you'll realize that $35,000 a year is nothing. And you can't really build a life on that. So I began to think that maybe I needed to pivot in my career strategy and look for something different. In 2001, as my resume was posted out there, I realized that a lot of companies were contacting me from the banking and the insurance industry. And that was different for me. I didn't realize that I had the skills or background for either of those industries, but I thought I would, check it out. Insurance was the avenue that I went down, started talking to some people in the industry, found out that it was a very lucrative career. It was a very lifelong career, and that it had quite a bit of flexibility and opportunity to grow. So you could help a lot of people and make a lot of money. Seemed pretty to check most of my boxes green, if you will. So I went out, got my license, started with a company, and did meet that handsome gentleman that's pictured on the magazine next to me. That's Ron. He and I both worked for the same company at the start of our careers, and fell in love, got married, 18 years, got to update my slide 2 weeks ago. So good things came out of that company, but that might have been the only one. I bounced around for a lot in that first few years, working with companies, things like AIL, Primerica, Combined Insurance, financial institutions like Five Rings. And I realized that a lot of the companies were making a lot of promises that weren't coming through on the back end. We'll give you leads, only what they really meant is we'll ask you to call everybody in your cell phone. Or we'll give you training, and what they really meant is here's some 10-year-old corporate videos that you can watch, and here's a stack of brochures, study on your own. So I was looking for a different kind of animal. Now, don't get me wrong, there were good companies along the way, but I hadn't found my fit. I wanted a company that empowered me, made me feel like I was making a difference, and paid me what I was worth. Along comes Troy McQuaig. Now, Troy reached out to me in 2010, and I had actually crossed paths with him previously in my career. but he was starting a company and he wanted Ron and I to be a part of it. Now, this was going to be a different kind of company. This was going to be a company that was very agent focused. This was going to be a company that was all about taking advantages of the changes in the marketplace to create a culture of support, mentorship, education, and most importantly, providing a needed product to the market. So we were in, I'll tell you what, it's the best move that Ron and I ever made. Over a decade later, the company has grown by leaps and bounds. We started as 30 people in a little breakout room at a hotel with a single 10-person round table and a bunch of us leaning back against the wall. It has turned into a nationwide company, over 3,000 representatives, 57 different offices from coast to coast, and over $1 billion in revenue for the last 2 consecutive years. Yes, even 2020, when there was a global pandemic, our company not only achieved over $1 billion in revenue, but blew our sales goals out of the water. So this unique company is what I want to spend a few minutes talking to you about today, because it didn't just happen by chance. Troy was very strategic in forming this company in 2010 because the market was ripe for the picking. See, in 2010, a bill had been passed. It was called the Affordable Care Act, Healthcare Reform. You may even know it as its more common term, Obamacare. But changing the way that the American public was going to receive their health coverage was a bill that was passed and going to begin functioning in 2014. So in 2010, Troy read all 2,419 pages of that bill, and he realized that while it would help some Americans, there would be a significant amount of people who would not be able to get the subsidies that were promised or have the kind of care that they needed. Now, it did great for America's very low income families and individuals, and it did great for people with pre-existing conditions by mandating that these state and federal marketplaces are required to accept everybody, regardless of their status of their health, regardless of what kind of treatments they're going through. They were a catch-all for all things insurance. But the challenge that we began to see in 2014, when the marketplaces formed, all the way till now in 2021, is that when you give away programs because they're heavily subsidized to people who desperately need them, and then you cover or provide benefits to people who are very, very sick and require a lot of treatment, well, somebody has to pick up the financial slack. And that became the everyday American. People who made too much money to receive any subsidy dollars on the exchanges, but were so healthy that quite honestly rarely used their health insurance plans. Since 2016, skyrocketing health insurance premiums have driven the American public away from these marketplaces and searching for a better option. And in all fairness, not everybody has access to what they need. Our clients are primarily business owners, self-employed individuals, independent contractors, and families and individuals who work for companies that don't provide a corporate group health insurance type program. We focus on this demographic because financially they are stable and health-wise they are at their prime. So over 45 million Americans fit into this category. More than enough for us to build a company around. Now, Troy took people like Ron and I. There's our building right here at I-25 in Arapahoe, open for business. We are striving to get back to normal as much as we can. The desks are 10 feet apart, but we are focused directly on making sure that we accept your mask if you want to wear it, or don't if you don't. We have hand sanitizer. I'm making sure the place is desanitized every single night, but we do want people coming into work feeling comfortable and working in a workplace environment. Then Troy took some of the best companies in the world. US Health Group is an insurance company out of Fort Worth, Texas, that has been custom designing health insurance programs for over 60 years. He partnered with a nationwide not-for-profit organization called the American Independent Business Coalition, which is a nationwide association providing benefits and services to small business owners, self-employed individuals, and independent contractors, specifically our target market. And all of this under the parent company of United Healthcare. United, being the world's largest insurance company, not only gives us the funding for all we do, but access to high-tech technology so our customers can have a great end user experience, and the nationwide PPO networks to create the best health insurance plan in America. See, that's what he did. He went into the private sector, not on the government marketplaces, but health coverage that is still medically qualified, providing top tier coverage at low premiums with very little out of pocket that's usable at any doctor, any hospital across the country, even crossing state lines, which most of the marketplaces do not allow consumers to do. 100% coverage after a small deductible, including benefits like seeing the doctor, having prescriptions, even a virtual doctor, making sure that you have access to dental and vision and disability and life insurance all in the same portfolio at a price often a third less than the Obamacare marketplace programs. These health insurance programs have won us dozens of awards over the past decade: sales, customer service, innovation, financial stability, social responsibility. These awards are just the tip of the iceberg on how amazing the company has become in its service to its clients and the community around it. Last year, when we didn't even have an award ceremony, the company was named Insurance Company of the Year, and Troy McQuaig received his 5th consecutive CEO of the Year award, earning him a lifetime achievement because he chose to look at healthcare in a new perspective, helping people find the much needed coverage that they want at a price that they and their family can afford. And then wrapping that coverage around a career agency that allows a proprietary product to go to market, enabling our salespeople to have something for everyone and the ability to create a financially stable lifestyle in the world of sales. Now, he's done that because the tools that are available enable us to help agents to a position of success. We offer company-sponsored leads, individually sourced, internet-generated leads, fresh for you on a daily basis. People who have expressed an interest in what we have to offer. No longer will you be searching through your college roommates or your neighbors or your family members to write a piece of business. Now, don't get me wrong. I want your personal contacts to have the best health insurance in America as well. But this isn't a sales organization that's going to push you towards only helping those clients. We funnel these leads to you through your own personal online lead management system, whether it's VanillaSoft, Salesforce, iSales, or many of the others that are out there. We can integrate to provide you with those real-time lead opportunities, and you can then reach out to them and keep track of everything that you've done. As you can see, the company-sponsored leads are delivered to you for free. We absorb the cost here at the office level and will not pass that on to you. There will always be a lead for you to call. But I tell my team, don't become dependent 100% on just what the company provides you. Use that as a jumping off point to then utilize many of the other tools that are given to you to allow you to build, develop, and grow your business. One example is our professional agent website that is designed and maintained for you by the Insurance Center. They provide this to you to use as a funnel to harness the massive power of social media. Whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, it doesn't matter. Spread the message of our more comprehensive, more user-friendly, better care coverage, and then funnel those conversations directly into your agent website so that the texts and the emails are directly given to you. We're here to help you learn how to do this business. whether it's sales training, whether you need help gaining referrals, getting positive online reviews, or creating those network relationships in a business to business way, I'm here for you. Every single day, we have some training available. Now, maybe it's a recorded call. Maybe it's a live training here in our conference room. Maybe it's a book. Maybe it's a video. Maybe it's just a role-playing session. But I want to make sure that you understand the product, the process, and what we do here to make you more successful. I always said the more competent you feel, the more confident you will be. And then on the sales floor, we have Ron sitting side by side with you, closing sales. See, that's the immersive type training that we offer, allowing you to make phone calls together, run appointments together. Ron will even close your first few sales and put the money in your pocket, not his. That's how you build someone else's career. We've been incredibly successful. And the way that we're able to do this is because our sales platform is virtual. We can get onto the phone and share a screen, therefore being able to reach our clients in any corner of our home state here in Colorado without hours in the car and sitting in someone's kitchen or the back room of their office. It also allows us to reach out to the 30 different states across the country that we do business in right here from the comfort of our office. Now, you've got to imagine if Troy has put thought into not only an amazing product and an underserved market, as well as putting the tools and the training into your hands, that he probably put a lot of thought into the compensation program as well. And I'm here to tell you that we have 5 different income streams available, weekly advances based on new customer sales. Every single sale that is in the system by Thursday, close of business, will be direct deposit compensated to you the following Monday. We have monthly bonuses for our top producing salespeople, and we have quarterly bonuses through the relationship with the association for everyone. The concept of our financial stability long-term is based on residual income. See, in our industry, every single month when a customer makes a payment, you as the agent are compensated. Every single month for as long as that client is your client. Hold that in your head. We're going to use that in a minute. I also want to share with you before we're done today about our profit sharing program, where Troy takes profits right off the top and gives them back to the salespeople in the field. Now, the first compensation model is our weekly advances on new customer sales. And this might be where you want to take a few notes. I'm going to go through it at a pretty high level, but on our one-on-one conversation, I will gladly dig deeper if it doesn't make sense. I'm using an average sale of $500. That's the insurance premium monthly that will be used for our example. It represents many different customers. It could be a couple in their 20s with a few children, a couple in their 40s, or an individual who's maybe 59 or 60 years old. But using an average made way more sense than trying to identify each individual sale that you could be faced. So on average, we collect $500 a month for the coverage that we offer our clients, and that will net you a little bit over $1,000 for each sale. So making one sale each week will put you over a $50,000 income in your first year with our company. Now, I get it. Give the company 500, receive 1,000. Seems a little imbalanced, and perhaps it is in any other sales organization except insurance. See, remember when I said residual income is how this industry is built. Every single month that your customer makes that $500 payment to the insurance company, you are compensated. All we've done is give you 8 months of that compensation at the time of the sale. That way you can focus on a weekly basis on making 1 or 2 or 3 sales each week instead of dozens. It stabilizes your income opportunity in a sales environment and allows you to focus on the true goal of really getting to a 6-figure income in a sales opportunity. Now, our goal to assist you in doing this is in our first 13 weeks, we aim to be between that 1 to 2 sales each and every week, averaging about $1,000 to $1,500 weekly. Then in your second 13 weeks with the company, we're striving to go beyond, putting you in the position of making $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 or more on a weekly basis. I work with many agents who make $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a week in sales. It's not just possible, it's probable if you plug into the system that we teach you. Now, I said we had monthly bonuses. Absolutely. Top 75 will split $125,000 each and every month. Now, maybe you're not in this in your first month or 6 months, but Ron, who is training you how to sell, absolutely is. So I promise if you just trust the process and follow what he does, you too can be a top achieving salesperson. Now, the quarterly bonus, this goes to everybody. This is rewarded to you on every sale that you make with our company, and it compounds throughout your career. I took a snapshot of a woman's association bonus trend who's been working with me for about 6 years. She averages 3 sales per week. And as you can see on this first screen, her initial year, very first quarter bonus, $456. It jumped over $1,000 in the second quarter because it's compounding. Every quarter, it's a snapshot of everyone that you've ever helped. Third quarter, then you can see it's going to grow to 1,700 and over 2,400 in the fourth quarter, but it doesn't stop there. Quarter after quarter, year after year, it continues to grow and compensate you. So you can imagine 2 years, 4 years, 6 years into your career, how large that association bonus can become. We receive this 4 times a year, March, June, September, and December. We just received our March association bonuses, and in our small regional area, the largest association bonus that was handed out was $17,000 for a quarter. Do the math on that. 17,000 4 times a year is about 70 grand. For some people, that is a salary. Here at our company, that is our association bonus, or the third income stream that's available to you. Now, these first 3 that I talked about, going out, making 1, 2, 3 sales each week, hitting some of those monthly contests, and building your compounding quarterly bonus, this is what I like to call the today money. And I say that because this is the money that runs through our fingers today. This is how we pay our bills. This is how we get out of debt. This is how we go and buy the new car or take that vacation that we're so happy to finally be out to go take. But it's not where the long-term financial vision for the company is. Remember, I spoke about residual income. Every single month when your customer makes a payment, you are compensated. Every single month for as long as that client is your client. Think about it for just a minute. We have the most comprehensive private sector health insurance available in America today. 100% of your medical bills covered after a small deductible and coinsurance, including things like doctors and prescriptions and virtual doctors, dental, vision, life, disability, able to be used at any doctor, any hospital, anywhere in the country, even crossing state lines. Priced out at about half to a third less than the Obamacare programs that are comparable, with far less out of pocket and a promise of far better care. The best part is, once approved, our clients can stay on this program all the way until age 65. No more renewing every year, no more jumping around from insurance company to insurance company. Join the company and be protected. That's great news for you as the agent as well, because year after year, your residual income will grow, because every year you're helping new customers while keeping your old customers on the books. I'd like to akin it to about a 20 to a 25% income increase every year that you're with us. So if you make $100,000 in your first 12 months here, it's a 20 to 25% bump year after year beyond that. You can see how the income here can become quite significant. I know in my 10 years and the clients that I've helped, my residual income is about $20,000 per month, just for helping clients find the coverage that they're looking for and giving them the service that keeps them as my clients for years to come. Residual income is the gift that keeps on giving, and I love being part of a company that gives it back to the agent, but it's not why I'm here. I came because of Troy's generous heart. Our profit sharing program is unlike any that I've ever seen. Most large companies keep the profits for their ivory tower of executives or for their board of directors, but not here. Troy specifically wants to give back to the field force that is continuing to help the company grow and continuing to make those profits possible. So every year he takes profits off the top and splits it amongst the top producing agents in the company. This year, $26 million will be split amongst the top 400 salespeople. This means real six-figure checks put into the hands of our salespeople at the end of each calendar year, allowing you to find the financial freedom that you're seeking just because you put in a good year's work. I know Ron and I have benefited over the years, $122,000, $139,000, $160,000, $244,000, real cash money that the company gave to us because we worked hard and we helped people. And that's the kind of company that I want to be a part of. So for the next few minutes, I want to see if you might want to be a part of a company like this and if it's a good fit for us to bring you on. So things that I'll be looking for in our individual conversations. Someone who is committed to being part of a team. Now, let me clarify. This is a 1099 independent contractor position. However, we do 1099 as a group. Ron and I bought an office building last year so that we could come together and have a place to work that was safe, but that was also functional. We can train together, we can learn together, we can celebrate each other's achievements, and growth happens with the synergy of the culture of our team. So I want someone who wants to be a part of that. Come in, let us train you, grow your career. 97% of what you're going to need to be successful here will teach you here in the office. But there are a few things that I can't. Work ethic, self-motivation, and a desire to be successful at anything that you put your mind to, that's what's got to come from you. So you will do some internal temperature checks along the way. Are you the kind of person who's willing to work harder for yourself than you would for somebody who stood over your shoulder and told you what to do all day? Because that's the person that's going to succeed here. That's the person that's going to find success in our career. I want people who are competitive and accountable with the highest of integrity and the strongest of character. But I feel like if you grasp our mission of hope, it kind of all falls into that. See, Troy charged us with helping other people every day. And that seems like a very simple mantra with what we do. Pick up the phone, call a lead, find somebody who isn't happy with their coverage or is paying too much or doesn't have anything at all and help them. Yeah, that's what we do. But Troy challenges us to make it more of a lifestyle. And I know for a fact that when you flip that switch in your head and you go from selling every day to helping every day, it really changes your attitude on the whole thing. And then I will encourage you to spread the help that you bring. Financially, you will be able to take care of your family within your own four walls with this career. But pay it forward. Extend it to extended family, your parents, your children, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. Give it to your community, to your church. Believe in causes and contribute both locally and on a national basis. Because the more you throw it out there, the more it comes back. Troy says that our mission of helping and serving exemplifies what we should be, what we can be, and most importantly, what we strive to be. In this world, there are so few companies that care at all about their people or their customers or even the reputation that they have. I am incredibly proud to work for a company that has a heart and a soul. Last few things that I want to touch on before we break for the day and begin those individual conversations. You do have to have a license for what we do. Both health insurance and life insurance are licensable entities here in the state of Colorado. But don't worry, if you don't have one, we'll help you get there. We got to do a background check, criminal, no axe murderers allowed, representing the insurance company. Then we get you appointed and start you on your study process. 50 hours of self-guided study. Watch a video, read a chapter, answer the questions, but I'm here to help. We'll have study breakfast. I'll answer your questions. We will get you through this process in about 7 to 10 days. Getting you through that to then take 2 exams, one for health, one for life, both multiple choice, about 110 questions each, and you need only a 70% or better to obtain your license. Once you have that piece of paper, it's yours. You will never have to take these tests again. Now, there are small fees associated with the background, the pre-licensing classes, taking the test itself, and the piece of paper from the state of Colorado. About $250 total, but we're here to help you financially offset those costs. Not only will we reimburse you for some of your study and testing materials if you complete it in the required amount of time, but we have simple milestones right as you're getting started. Your first sale, your 5th sale, your 10th sale, over $850 in gift cards, plus sales awards, marketing support, and the financial ability to get licensed in other states that we do business. Because once you pass the test here in Colorado, you don't have to take any more tests. You just pay the fee and you'll be licensed to sell in that state as well. We'll help you get there. We just need the right person to invest our time and training in. So that's where we're off to determine our next steps. Are you a good fit for the career that we have available here? Great products, great training, and the tools to help you become successful. So in the next few minutes, you'll be receiving some communication from our assistant in the office asking you to complete some preliminary questions and set up a time to talk with either Ron or myself on an individual basis. I did post our phone numbers and our email address so that if you don't want to wait for us to get to you, absolutely reach out. Let us know you're interested and we will get to you as soon as we possibly can. Until then, I want to thank you for your time today. I want to thank you for your attention. I love explaining the exciting company that I represent, and I look forward to our one-on-one conversations later today. Until then, have a great rest of your morning, and I look forward to talking to you.